Hello, it's break time. I would like to share to you the video I took, yung boat tour dito sa Waterton National Park. And medyo mahaba po yung video, but I will assure you, it is a video that will entertain you if you are a nature lover. So around 58 minutes. Plus this one, mga 59 minutes. It's long but refreshing. Kakaiba. I just wanted to share to you our beautiful, reverent experience. Enjoy watching. See you. What can you say about this trip?
Cool.
What else will you say?
That's all.
Why are you turning your head like this?
Yeah, he's a robot. Every time he looks at the camera, he says something.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't know.
See?
Oh, there's a bug on your hat. It's kinda.
And it is, in fact, quite the beautiful morning. We haven't had a morning quite this nice in the last few days. Not a lot of smoke and haze. There is still a little smoke and haze down the valley, down yonder way ahead of us. But all things considered, I'd say we're doing pretty good here. Was anybody in town yesterday morning? A couple people looking south, but yesterday morning we could not see any of the mountains south of town hardly. It all just depends on which way the winds seem to blow. Here in the month of Smogus, no matter which way the wind blows, we get smoke and haze from forest fires. Whether it's the fires out in British Columbia, there's a couple of fires just down near the western edge of Glacier National Park in Montana. And then, of course, during real bad fire seasons, fire smoke comes from Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon, even as far away as California. So it's pretty good. And it's a beautiful morning. We have a breath of wind here in this upper Waterton Valley. So good on you for deciding to come for a boat ride here today. Whoever made the decision to come for a boat ride, you should make all the decisions going forward, I think. But as we begin our journey, I am required by Transport Canada to tell you briefly about the safety features found on board this vessel. This water here is licensed through Transport Canada. She's certified to carry 125 passengers. Today we are nowhere near that number. So we've got life-saving features on board, plenty. More than enough for everybody on board. 128 adult life jackets, 13 infant life jackets, life preservers for the little ones ahead of me in the front of the boat, in the bow compartment, adult preservers underneath all the bed seats here in the main cabin. Those of you at the back of the boat, you're going to see a life jacket under your seat, and that's the price you need to sit outside. You simply move the life jackets into the cabin to keep them out of the elements, so that the weather doesn't occur, they don't age prematurely. For those of you on the top deck, in the forward locker, there are 22 adult life jackets upstairs. We've got life rings on both levels of the boat, all kinds of firefighting equipment all over the vessel. We've got first aid kits up here at the wheel, bailing buckets, all that good stuff. We have an emergency rescue life sling on the top deck to help with man overboard rescues if the situation arose. And we have 2 large white barrels on the top deck. Each one of those is a 75-person self-inflating life raft. So that's plan B. If the unthinkable were to happen on our boat ride today, and if for some reason we had to abandon ship, well, we would deploy one of those white barrels. We would roll off the top of the boat, automatically bursting out of that white shell, self-inflating, turning into a large rubber lifeboat. We would then safely and calmly step on board the life raft and get the paddles out and continue on with the tour as normal. You want to make sure you feel like you get your money's worth here today, after all. But in all seriousness, we do have your safety concerns well looked after. Crew 2 on board today. The pilot at the moment is Sam. Sam is the one that gave me the hand sanitizer as we came down the driveway to the boat. So he'll be doing the driving pictures of Trinity as we cruise around the lake. Sam has spent every summer of his life doing water protection. Family has a cabin here in town, which he was lucky enough to go up here, wander around in the national park, hiking and kayaking and skiing and fishing and chasing grizzly bears and all that good stuff. Now Sam, and my name is Keith. And I am a captain certified through Transport Canada. I have been working for the company. I've been on the company payroll for, well, I quit counting after I did 20 years with the company. So we'll leave it at that. But I grew up in Water Park. And in fact, one of the few local cities I see all year round. And there's not many of us who live here all year round. So with that in mind today, I hope to give you a local's perspective and certainly share with you a local's appreciation for Waterford Lakes National Park. Now we have a crew member in training up here at the front of the main here who is making a little bit of noise periodically, and this is my puppy Lando. German Shepherd pup who just turned 1 year old last week. Believe it or not, he is 110 pounds. He's a big 1 year old, but it's a dog to look at. We're kind of a figure eight route as we make our way around the lake. Not really everybody on all sides of the boat, but equal amounts of shore time. But look at how many people are on the boat today. You can move around a little bit if you like. Of course, the upper deck, as you can see, we are restricted to more than 20 people upstairs at any one point during the cruise. That's a Transport Canada regulation. So if somebody on the top deck gets tired of being upstairs and maybe want to come down and find some space, feel free to do so. And that means that you will put somebody else to go upstairs if somebody comes down. But we'll leave that up to all of you to use yourselves with that regard. For those of you on the lower deck, if you do want to switch seats or get a different vantage point from one side of the boat to the other for a moment, feel free to move around a little bit. There's no cautiously if you are moving around the vessel. We are out on the water and we're on the coast and we move unpredictable from time to time. You so instant in a social manner. Please keep an eye out as you cruise around the lake today. Watch for wildlife. And if you see something, anything, make sure to let us know. Hang out, stand up, wave your arms, tell me what you see, and we will do our best to try to slow the boat down and go in for a closer look. We're never in such a hurry, but we can't slow the boat down and go in for a closer look and just photo opportunity. You can see opportunity around. Your only job on the boat ride today is to watch the wildlife and to enjoy yourself. And of course, feel free to ask questions during the boat ride. If you have any questions or anything you're wondering about, please feel free to ask. You can either shout out a question or raise it down. Or periodically, I will just put the mic down and I'll see you on the vessel. So if you see me passing by, just raise me down and grab my attention. Question, and you can always get your chance to microphone and elaborate for everyone. Because again, I want to give you the local's perspective and help you to develop your own personal connection with our national park. Because this is our national park, it's all of our national parks. It's not mine. You know, I grew up in the park and was walking out the public place, but it's not my park. It's the park. But that's very for all Canadians, and in fact, for all people from around the world. National parks are all about preservation, conservation, trying to preserve this area, and importantly for the future generations. So all the young ones that are on board here, in 40 years, pristine, untouched, undeveloped state that it is here today.
Come here, Gary. What can you say, my son? Say something. That's it. You're on video.
How many of you, this is your first visit to Waterton Lakes National Park? How about top deck? Tag your people if it's your first time here. Excellent. Okay, welcome. I see for you, it is your first visit to our national park. I'd like to provide you with a little general information about this area. Help to familiarize yourself with our national park. And then, of course, if any questions do jump to mind, feel free to share right there. Obviously, Waterton Lakes National Park is located in the southwest corner of the province of Alberta. This lake that we're traveling on runs in a general north-south fashion. It's 11 kilometers long, about 1 kilometer wide on it.
11 kilometers lang pala to.
Glacier-Carved Lake Basin.
Likely lang pala to. 11 kilometers.
Just ahead of us, a handful of miles to the south, is the Canada-USA border, and beyond that, Glacier National Park in the state of Montana, USA. Our right-hand side, over to the west, just up and over these mountains that we can see here, a couple of mountains away, is the Continental Divide, the Alberta-British Columbia provincial border, and then the Akamina-Kitchener Provincial Park in BC. Back behind us to the north, beyond the park boundary, is the Castle Wilderness provincial area. And then behind us and off the left-hand side towards the east, there's a lot of privately held land, some of which owned by ranchers and people in agriculture, the First Nations tribes of the area, and the Métis Conservancy of Canada. Off our left-hand side at the moment, you'll see a boat dock back in the corner of the bay, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Trip Landing. Trip Landing, that's the starting point for Waterton's preeminent hiking trip. It's the number one hike in Waterton Lakes National Park. A full-day adventure that goes to Six Lake. And that Six Lake Trail goes around the side of the mountain here. Goes way back into the mountain valley, 8 kilometers one-way hiking distance. 700 meters in elevation range. So it is a little bit of a drive, a little bit of a workout.
Sarap ang hangin.
But it's worth it. You pass by a
Malamig.
number of peaks.
Pero hindi sobrang lamig.
4 different sets of waterfalls over the course of the day. A beautiful blue alpine lake nestled in what's called a cirque, or a bowl-shaped valley formation in the back of the mountain valley. Steep cliffs surround three sides of the lake. And there are 3 obstacles that hikers have to traverse before they get to the lake, which is the reason why National Geographic has named this one of the 20 most thrilling hikes on planet Earth. These thrilling obstacles include, at one point, hopping across a creek on some big rocks and boulders. And hikers are confronted with a 4-meter-tall steel ladder that's bolted into the side of the rock face. After climbing up the ladder, you have to crouch down and squeeze your way through a natural tunnel that extends to the right through the side of the mountain. The tunnel is about 1.5 times the length of the freeway system. You make your way through that tunnel, come out the other side, and then you have to navigate your way around the final obstacle, a cliff ledge. Holding onto a steel cable bolted into the rock face, walking on a ledge which you know compared to a narrow sitting sidewalk. Once you've made it around that, you are
Ganda ng mga
to the beautiful cliff lake.
yung fading ng mga kulay ng mga bundok ano.
Some of you are smiling and you're thinking right, and others I can see
Kasi- kasi
you're shaking
yun.
your heads with thinking really If you're into hiking, I really encourage you to do so. If you're uncertain right now, based on my description, well, just know that I really make it sound a little more extreme than it is. Just that cliff ledge. It's not a straight down cliff. You know, it kind of juts out a little bit first. Then you go straight down. See your doubts, at least. 5 or 6 today.
There is my son. Gabi,
Really not that
say
bad.
hi.
People think they're children. I was 6 years old the first time my parents took me out to Kitway. My big brother and I used to play tag on that cliff. And I still really reason why my father and I planned to go in here just to do it my entire life. But I've never seen
There's the
dog
beach.
And the oldest person that I know personally from local town smoker is Gary. Gary is now 83 years of age, and he has gone up to the fifth grade more than 83 times in his life. At least once a year he has gone up to the fifth grade. So the reason is really key. But like I said, the dog is halfway decent shape, because it is a full day out into the back seat.
Pasyal-pasyal. Pupunta tayo sa US. Tatawid tayo ng US.
Coming up on the left-hand side in a moment, you'll notice what's called Hillroy Creek. Going into the lake. Now, Hillroy Creek is not really living up to its name this time of year, but this drains from that Crick Lake. Crick Lake comes over the wind into the back of the valley, that mountain range in the distance, and then wraps around behind the backside of the mountain to the south of Henry. The gravel deposit in the foreground here, this is what we call an alluvial fan, or a floodplain, and this has accumulated over hundreds and thousands of years of Crick Lake blending into this new upper water lake, especially during the heavy spring runoff. When we receive all of our rain, most of our rain, in the month of June, and combine that with all the last week of fresh snow melting rapidly as the temperatures warm up, that Hillroy Creek really does live up to its name. A raging torrent of water, carrying with it rocks, and gravel, and boulders, and material, debris that is deposited at the mouth of the creek. And so year after year, more gravel and debris gets deposited at the mouth of the creek. The Waterton Town Site is also built on one of these flat alluvial beds. The floodplain from Waterton Town Site has come from Cameron Falls, where right now the town site campground is.
There's an eagle.
You can see all the gravel, all the driftwood lying up above the gravel at the top of the beach here. And all that driftwood gives you an idea of how high water is here. Watermark. Horizontal line driftwoods. Let's give it a different visual perspective. Think back to the boat dock. Remember when we collected your ticket and we gave you the hand sanitizer just before you stepped down the stairs onto the boat? The spring was right up at the top of that dock, right to the surface of the dock itself. And the lake level will drop another 2 to 3 feet, another close to a meter between now and sometime in mid-late September when the lake level will kind of bottom out and start to play steady. But in most places there is not much of a shoreline. A lot of places if you were to stand on the shore and wait into the lake, it would be a hop, a skip, and a jump, and you would be away over your head in the water. And here, for example, look how close the shore is. Literally rock off straight to the bottom. At this particular moment, we have about 45 meters of water beneath us. Good rock off expansion. Average depth on this upper water lake is 80 meters, 220 feet. With the deep spot official reporting up ahead of us in the middle of the lake. Kind of pointed out as we pass over top of it. But the official deep spot is 487 feet. Up 100
Hindi napapagod yung
feet.
tagapagsalita, ano?
That makes this the deepest natural
Bagay,
lake
trabaho nila yun,
in
eh.
all of the Canadian Rockies.
Sarap siguro magtrabaho ng ganun dito. Tapos Pinoy ka, sabihin mo, oh, ingat-ingat po tayo dyan sa mga gilid. Hintayin po natin yung mga badyaw na nag-aabang ng mga coins. Hagisan po natin sila ng mga piso-piso. Alam, walang mga badyaw. Wala yung mga batang hamog. Mga mapupula yung nadidilaw yung kulay gold yung kanilang mga buhok na naninisid ng Maria
This is
Sofia.
normally a windy location. I want to stress this to you now and probably multiple times for the whole ride how special a day this is to see the lake conditions this nice and calm. Those of you that have been to Waterton before, you may be familiar with Waterton winds. Average daily wind speed 35 kilometers an hour. And I believe you will look at some of the trees that are growing around the lake. A lot of them are pretty green back behind us towards the lake.
Oh, yeah,
That's called the wind of training or flagging, and that's what it's all about. During the summer months, we will frequently receive winds that exceed 100 kilometers an hour.
Look at the rocks.
And on those wind days, this lake can produce 5 to 6 foot waves, 2-meter spouts. Wintertime, when it's
Trees are
windiest
growing
time of the year, particularly November and February.
That's pretty, eh?
Where, for example, last winter, the wind scales are topped out
Look at those rock formations. Oh, I think somebody lifted up from underneath. Okay? Look, oh.
Looking back behind us off the right-hand side, you see again the Northern Celtic, the principal. People are the glacier.
Oh, I love this wind.
The transition line in the forest, Kendrick. At one point close to the town, there's lots of standing dead trees, and then as the trees come closer towards, straight in front of the tree,
Look at the mountain range. Eh?
The window is nice.
Yeah. This is my daughter.
Hi.
2017
Hello.
Kenai wildfires which burned through Waterton Lakes National Park in September of 2017.
Mountain ranges.
The forest fire that was
Wow.
started due to the lightning strike. So it started due to natural processes. It started in the Akamina Provincial Park in BC. The lightning strike hit the side of Kenai Mountain. And very quickly started to grow in size. It jumped the Continental Divide into the western boundary of our national park, and then posed a significant threat to the Waterton Township. And so at that point in time, Folks Canada ordered a mandatory evacuation for the entire national park. The Kenai fire burned a total of 38,000 hectares. That's 75,000 acres. Over 70% of all of the forest areas in Waterton Park burned to some extent or another. It was significant. In fact, it was the largest forest fire in recorded history in Waterton Lakes National Park. that gives you an idea of how long it will take that recently burned landscape to recover. This forest off the right-hand side comprised primarily of lodgepole pine trees. Lodgepole pines are what are considered a fire succeeding tree. We know that almost immediately after a forest fire burns through and disturbs the landscape. Because the pine trees produce what's called a serotinous cone, a very tightly woven cone in which the seeds are protected from the elements. And the serotinous cones will lay dormant in the forest floor, sometimes for decades upon decades. And when that fire burns through, these cones can actually open up. As they burst open, it's almost like, you know, think of that kind of popcorn kernel. It might be popcorn, when those popcorn kernels burst open. That's kind of like what happens with these serotinous pine cones. Blowing them open, releasing all of their seeds. And each seed contains or has a little adaptation, a flag, or a tail, a wing tail, or what you want. But something which is past the updraft of the fire, helping the seed to carry aloft above the flame, protecting the seed so it's free on the hot updraft above the fire, and after the fire passes through the area, those seeds very slowly settle back down to the forest floor and immediately germinate in that carbon-rich patch. And they immediately begin to grow. And you can take a walk anywhere in our national park now, on any one of the number of hiking trails that pass through that burn area, and you will be able to see tiny little pine saplings. Coming up on 4 years old, they are anywhere from 20 to 40 centimeters in height. 8 to about 16 inches tall. That's the thing about that. It's pretty incredible what Mother Nature is capable of. And it's quite impressive at the rate at which this landscape is revealing itself to becoming after wildfire.
Oh, yeah.
We have
I love the air, eh?
wildflowers over the last
What's
three
that?
seasons.
The air is
And
Yeah, I
have
know,
ever
yeah.
seen
Very
in my
nice.
entire life before the female
Oh, yeah,
wildfire.
there's another door. Yeah, make sure we don't go on the US side.
We've run out of fuel. No, of course not. We're just slowing boat down because we are about to cross the right-hand side here in a moment, and you'll see straight.
There is the border. That's the border here.
Wait.
That line, ladies
There's the
and
border.
gentlemen,
I am
represents the
now
border between
both
Canada
simultaneously
That line is the
America
border.
and the US.
You'll also notice that border if you look closely
Hey, now
off
I'm in
the
America.
left side across the lake from us. A little tougher to see in the morning light with the sun
There's
and
the border,
shadows
my
the way
son.
they are.
So,
Yeah, I'm in
But on the
one.
right hand side, you will see 2 survey markers.
survey markers, that one. There.
Hey, I finally
Here,
know
we
that
are-
you're in Canada.
We are in 2 places at one time now.
It,
And you line those
ain't
2
on
up,
the
one in
papers,
front
but
of the
it's
other.
in my book.
That gives you the surveyor's perspective on true 49 degrees north latitude.
Oh, 4th latitude? Oh boy, eh?
There's
Now-
a backcountry campground just on the Canadian side of the borderline. One of
Sir,
the
that's the line.
backcountry campgrounds in Waterton Lakes National Park.
There's the border line.
And that's another public
cut the,
access boat
cut the
dock
mountain
there.
in half.
So we are in 2 places at one
The
time.
red sign on the
We defy that
We're
principle.
We're
saying that there is a
Schrodinger's
fire ban
country.
in effect.
Welcome to America.
This is Schrodinger's
Because of the
country,
incredible
simultaneously
conditions.
Canada and
There is the
So
border.
Sam, doing a nice job of spinning the boat around, giving us a good view of the border.
That's the border.
the border.
The left is America. This is Canada. So those are Americans, eh?
I think this is the only border crossing most of us have made anytime recently.
That's the Americans having a picnic.
international border closures all over the globe.
Imagine
because of the
having a
pandemic.
house built on the border. That'd be funny.
Yeah, hey?
And without a doubt, the easiest border crossing will
I mean,
make
you're
anytime
now in
soon.
the US.
Yeah, welcome to the US.
Today, wait for us for
You do
lunch.
not need a
Yeah,
passport.
we'll be in Arkansas in just a few minutes.
How does it feel to be in the US?
It's easy today, and it's all because of the fact that we are in the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park.
McDonald's.
Waterton Glacier International.
Translate my information.
Established back in 1952, thanks to the efforts of Rotary International. The Rotarians of Alberta and Montana they started to discuss a rather novel concept, a brand new idea as far as preservation and conservation is concerned. They came up with this idea of an international peace park, a transboundary protected area. Because they recognized that we have this one environment, this one ecosystem that we are traveling through here today. But they also noticed that that political borderline between the two countries slices right through the middle of the ecosystem. And they thought that, well, they thought nature sees no boundaries, why should we? And so they started to lobby both Canadian and US federal governments, arguing for this to become the world's first international peace park. A symbol of goodwill and friendship between Canada and the United States, and a way for the two national parks to try to work as closely as possible to manage this as one large park, or as one large ecosystem.
The wind is really
We've got Boundary Creek flowing into the lake here off the right-hand side. The Citadel Peaks.
Now we're in the US side. We're in Montana.
The longtime locals in the area still call that old Sawtooth Bridge. The local kids in town, they call it T-Rex Peak. Any geologists on board, we would call that a glacial arrest. That mountain, according to the process of glaciation, two separate glaciers.
We are now in the US,
sides of that mountain,
Montana,
working away from
the
both
state of
sides,
Montana.
creating that
Oh, the
hollow
wind's so
razorback
high.
like peaks.
Dude, I really like it.
Now you're in the US.
Yup, I officially know I am I am now an American citizen.
How about you, Hassan?
Rockford Drive, the First Nations in the area, they had a name. They called it Tunuk, which means the needles. So a rather descriptive name, the needles. Given all the effects of the pandemic and the border closure between the countries, we are not permitted to go all the way to the south end of the lake. And you can see it just ahead of us. Looking through the smoke and the haze, you can pick out the very south end of the lake. That is the Goat Hunt Lake.
We're now going back. I am truly amazed by
my own room.
these, by Mother Nature. Tama na, nagpa-purple yung ano, yung mga rocks. Oh. Yeah. One thing I ask, these alone I seek, to dwell in the house of the Lord all my days. Yes. God is with us with this nature. Beautiful, majestic. Who could have done this except God, our Creator? purple yung mga rocks eh.
Mga ano?
Yung mga rocks. I wonder where Moses is. Where is that burning bush? Oh, nice beach. Oh.
Among Us.
Dapat doon sa side ng news, meron din silang tour. Nakapunta dito. Wala daw ano doon, road access. Doon sa dulo eh. Pagtago dito ano. Rock slide. palagay ko maganda ngayon kasi maganda yung view ng nasa bundok. Yun yung mga bundok sa likod. Di ba yung mga kasi mais? Ito yung sinunog. Oh, yan. Oh, nagka-camping doon na yun. May tent doon na yun. Wala, camping lang. Tent lang siya. Forest fire. Nasunog dahil daw sa kidlat.
Sam went to the right in front of the boat and directly overhead is a large third-story lettuce. the left-hand side, on the shoreline, just back behind that rock ledge, that's where there's some beautiful purple flowers amongst the standing dead trees, and that's all called fireweed. And that's just one of those many different species of wildflowers that come back after forest fire. Littered this landscape since the fire.
Hey, there's people like those ones.
As far as the forest fires, and with regards to firefighting efforts, here in the national park, because the Keenan wildfire started nationally, Parks Canada took the mentality of let it be a thing. Kind of a hands-off approach, except assets or other human assets. And so that's why the fire was like going out on the westbound in the park.
That's the town.
And it wasn't until the weather conditions were forecasting very powerful winds that Parks Canada ordered the evacuation of the Waterton Town Centre in the days before the fire made its move through the whole national park. And in the days that we were preparing to evacuate town, fire teams from streamlined from all over the province of Alberta, bringing all kinds of firefighting equipment in an attempt to protect and save the Waterton Town Centre. Some of those fire teams were massive diesel-powered water pumps, big piece of equipment that normally use relative warehouses to move huge quantities of water. These pumps were almost the size of your pickup truck. A huge piece of equipment that they pushed right down on the beach on the townside shoreline, and then with 20-centimeter diameter suction hose, 8-inch suction hose, they were sucking huge quantities out of this lake. And a network of sprinkler hose, fire hose, and sprinkler heads all around the edge of the town center, right in the backyard of that backyard house on Evergreen Avenue. And so when the fire being raging out of the valley ahead of us here off the left, that's how we made its attack on the Waterton Town Center. It came barreling over the mountain slopes, headed down towards town, and it hit that right perimeter. That was the first line of defense, and that was enough to protect and save the town and to divert the fire
Prince of
around
Wales
the
looks
edge
at
of town.
is really looks really small for me.
The big house. The one that's up the hill.
And so as the fire was diverted around town, part of the fire body swept further south along the mountain slope and the shoreline like you see here. Part of the fire then swept north along the entrance road, burning out along the entrance road for all of you who have driven in on it. Not a single structure was lost in the Waterton Town Site itself. It was amazing what this fire team was able to accomplish. And I think to me and God, I will be thankful towards and appreciative of what firefighters and first responders do. They are some of the most amazing, selfless, brave people on the planet, without a doubt. And as we were preparing to evacuate in those days before the fire, there were wildlife that were also evacuating the area. In fact, in those days we were preparing to evacuate, there were the deer in town, and the elk, the Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep, and even things like the black bears and grizzly bears coming down off the mountain slopes, walking right through the Waterton Town Site, right to the edge of the town site shoreline, and then swimming across the lake to the east side of the valley. Because they could still see way out on the east, through the prairies, clear blue skies in the distance. Whereas everything to the west of us was thick, black, dark smoke and haze. It was raining ash on us in the Waterton Town Site for about 4 or 5 days before the fire. And so the animals knew something was amiss. They knew it was time to move towards clearer skies, and that's exactly what they did. And so for the most part, In fact, Parks Canada, after the fire burned, tried to evaluate the entire national park. They surveyed the entire park landscape on foot, on horseback, using mountain bikes, even by air, using drones and helicopters. And they were able to identify 42 large mammal carcasses.
Others have a chance to
42 large mammals died during that fire. The hardest hit of those large mammal species was the elk. And there were 16 elk that perished during that fire. Now, yes, you could say that's sad, that's terrible, that's awful. But 16 out of a population that exceeds 1,000, that's a pretty small percentage, isn't it? A handful of mule deer and Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep. I think there were 3 black bears, 2 grizzlies. There was 1 mountain lion that got caught. Actually, poor mountain lion ended up climbing up into the top of a tree. He perished in the top of that tree. So, kind of sad things to think about. But again, in the grand scheme of things, a very small number of animals died during that fire. And since then, the animals have started to return to the area, especially in the last couple of years, with all the vegetation starting to regrow now. All the wildflower species that have come in. This year, finally, we're starting to see a very, very good berry crop. Normally, it takes anywhere from 3 to 5 years after the fire for the berry crop to start to produce fruit once again. And this year, let me tell you, the Saskatoon berries are phenomenal. Which is surprising because it has been a rather dry year. But we had a decent amount of moisture early in the season. And with all the warm weather, good berry crop, which means the berries are going to be very active in the next few weeks. Moving from one berry bush to the next berry patch, always on the go. And not just the berries, but all the other. They all need worms. And wherever the herbivores go, well, we know that the carnivores follow suit. As we've been seeing a lot more animals in and around the Washington town site over the last couple of years, but we didn't historically see coming to town. A lot more mountain lions and puma. We've seen lynx come into the water in the town site. We've started to see a wolf pack establishing itself here in Waterton Lakes National Park. So very, very exciting times to be here in the National Park and seeing this landscape change. And so for me, honestly, it's been the most exciting 3 years of my life being here in Waterton Park. Before the fire, it was a beautiful landscape, it really was. But it was always the same, a mature forest. Year after year, the same things, not a lot of change or difference from one year to the next. But now, since the fire, every year is a different story. And so I encourage you to get out there and explore the national park. Go on some of the hiking trails, take a walk through those recently burned areas. Go for a horseback ride in the backcountry. Rent a bike, rent one of those e-bikes, go for a bike ride around the park. Rent a paddleboard or a canoe or a kayak. Even just take the scenic drives. We'll get some of the roadside pullouts, get out, take some photos and look around. No stargazing tonight. If the skies are clear tonight and there's not a lot of smoke and haze around, Waterton is a fantastic place to go stargazing. We are in international parks. Unbelievable dark skies. In fact, just last night I was out after work, hanging out, kind of looking at the night sky. I was able to see Jupiter and Saturn, and we're getting close to the new moon right now, and so the Milky Way was visible overhead. It was absolutely amazing. But as we slow things down, as we begin our final approach to the marina and the boat dock, just ask everybody to please return to their seats in preparation for our docking procedures. And at this point in time, I'll let you know that you have now done the best, the most important and the most exciting thing in Waterton, and that's to come for a boat ride with us. And it's important that when you visit Waterton, you come for a boat ride, because if you didn't, well, Sam and myself, we'd be out of a job. And then we'd have to go out into the real world and find a real job somewhere. And this is way, way too much fun. So I just want to say on behalf of our company, Waterton Shoreline Cruises,
Can you say-
and all of us here
It
at
was
the
really
Waterton
fun.
Marina,
I
thank
loved
you very,
it.
very
And
much
the-
for coming
the-
with
the
us. We
what
really,
they're-
really
and
do
seeing the
appreciate your
mountains
patronage.
and crossing
Hopefully
the
everybody
border. That was
enjoyed
nice.
themselves, maybe learned a thing or two, had a little bit of fun.
What can you say about the
You
trip?
please just remain
Good.
seated until we are tied
That's
up and
it?
secured to the dock.
Anything
and then we'll
else?
give you a signal
Yeah,
when
that's
it's
it.
safe to disembark. At that point in time, Sam and I will both be dockside and available if you have any last questions or comments. Maybe you need directions or you just want to let us know how we did. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your time here in our beautiful national park. Have a wonderful day. Take care of one another. And remember, you're always welcome to come back and see us again someday in the future. Thank you and have a great day.
That's about it. Thank you for riding with us.
Yeah.
I hope to see you soon. Thanks for riding with us. I hope to see you soon. Hey. Bye.